So we're pretty much freebasing it now because usually I write some notes and everything. But I think we can pretty much take it from here. Is this your first podcast?
First podcast, yeah.
Okay, cool, wonderful. All good. All right. Hello. This is another episode of the Mental Threads podcast. I'm here with my guest. By the way, check if your microphone works. Can you check?
Yo.
All right, cool. You can hear yourself?
I can hear myself good.
Right, nice. That's wonderful. This is another episode of the Mental Threads podcast. I'm here with my guest himself. I think it's episode 171. Yeah. So still got to work to make that 200 mark, but it is what it is. Yeah, but himself, I appreciate you for coming on and everything. Most definitely. Sure. And everything from, I heard you listen to a couple episodes of the Mental Threads podcast.
Yes. Yeah. I like it.
You like it? You listen to the live episodes or just like the audio ones?
I watch the YouTube, the ones on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
I know a couple artists that came down here.
Oh, nice. I know, like, you met them through Charlotte Spark as well.
Yeah, Charlotte Spark, yeah.
All right, cool, wonderful. I think the last one I had was Haydex, and he recently performed at Charlotte Spark. So, my apologies for missing your, performance at Charlotte Spark. Just want to put that out and everything. Good, but I do recall seeing one of your performances. I know it was a Drew Billions and Trey Rhodes event. I know it was at the UptownINDE. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I recall. And you were playing your song "Loved Ones." I was specifically because it all shot to my mind. I was listening to the song. I was like, wait, I heard this song before and everything. You performed it and everything. But enough about like the beginning and everything. But back to you himself. How you doing today? You doing well?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I cannot complain in the slightest. I just want to hear more about your background. Who is himself?
Himself is a star, I would say. Very versatile in everything I do. A go-getter. Everything I put my mind to, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
And in terms of your like influences from music wise and everything, where do you feel like you draw your inspiration from?
My inspiration, I would say, my family first, because I grew up with music. All my family does music in some type of way, whether it's dancing, singing, instruments. So I would say my music, and then on like an artist standpoint, I would say Drake, Tootsie, Rod Wave.
Okay, yeah. I can definitely hear the Rod Wave.
Rod Wave.
You ever listen to Boss?
Boss, I don't think I ever.
You ever heard of Rhodes? He's one of the artists under J. Cole's label, Dreamville, and everything. I feel like you could get into him. Like if you listen to one songs, I feel like you would really mess with Housewives by Boss. It's BAS, and I'll let you know. And BAS. He had like his album Too High to Riot last winter, and recently dropped an album called what was that album called? My apologies. I am a Boss fan. So it's all right. I listen to so many artists, but it's like there was one song he did like with J. Cole and everything. I'm not sure like how familiar are you with J. Cole?
Oh, he from the Carolinas. That's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you really listen to a lot of his like people on this label and everything, he has a very strong label in Dreamville. Very much.
Jid, I think, or JID.
Yeah, JID. Yeah, that's the one.
I listen to him. I want to go to Dreamville Fest one day. I never been, but I like to go.
I've been to everyone.
You been to everyone?
It's a vibe. And I saw it actually grow too. That's the thing. I've never missed a Dreamville Fest. Really, it's really good vibe. Everybody's chilling. Oh yeah, Milky Way. And the last album he dropped last year was We Only Talk About Real Shit When We're Fucked Up. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, We're Fucked Up. Yeah. And everything. Yeah, Boss is definitely someone I feel like you would really gain a little bit more inspiration from as well. Because I feel like when I was listening to your sound, it sounded a lot more like intricate, like how Boss's sounds was and everything. So definitely somebody you should really check in. But in regards to Drake and everything, it's just like, so you've been listening to Drake for a long time when he first came out, when he was mixtape Drake and everything?
Yeah, Drake since I was like legit like 9-7 years old. I grew up like with a whole bunch of music. I'm like very music orientated. Like my family is like into music. Like cousin, he don't listen, like he don't do music, but growing up with him, he listened to like the old like NWA, Method Man, the Busta Rhymes,
Wu-Tang Clan,
Wu-Tang,
A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really dope.
All of that, that old.
And how old is your cousin like compared to you? Like, is he like like big cousin? Like he's in the 30s, 50s?
He on 30, 35, I believe. About to turn 36, I believe. So
okay, so he was like your connection in terms of like hip hop in the older days and everything. And you feel like that kind of mesmerized you, like with that familiarity with him and just looking up to him as a family member.
Yeah, most definitely. He got me into all like just the roots of where music first started, like the upbringing of the music. He got me into that.
Yeah, I could definitely relate because I had uncles who was like really, really young, like when I was like, a kid and everything. So like they're in their teenage stage, like when I was like, just a kid and everything. So they put me onto a whole lot of video games and stuff like that and everything. So it's just like, hip hop music. It just kind of rolled off to me like from them in a sense, and then I just kind of discovered my own love for it as I got older and got deeper into it and everything. So it's like, going back to family life and everything's like you grow up like a mother and father and everything.
Yeah, mother and father. My mom pretty much raised me. I would say on her own, but my dad, he was there. He was there. I ain't gonna fault him. He did the best he can do. That's my pop though. Me, I'm cool. That's my dog. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. You have any other siblings?
Yes, I have. I got a lot. I got four sisters and one brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And like in the same household or just like,
Same household. It's really three, like from my mom, but my stepfather, him and my mom got married, so now his kids counted as my siblings. So
okay, so it's like a blended family.
Yeah, blended family.
And how do you feel like it reflected you as like an individual? Working with a blended family and everything, and just like, how did that reflect your definition of family?
I feel like it helped me a lot on actually growing up, cause I see it like, when I was growing up, I ain't have a male figure, like a like stern male figure in the household. So when my stepfather got around, he taught me like how it is to be a man and stuff. So I feel like that really helped me growing up. And then his kids coming in there, yeah.
Okay, that's really, really dope. That's really, really dope. Now back on like, the whole music thing and everything. So like when did you decide that you wanted to like do music? Like what was like the steps, like from your love, your discovery, and it's just like how did like get to you to that point, or what drove you to like become a music artist essentially?
I always like I said, I always had like a love for music. So like I was like 10, 9 years old, like writing songs when I was younger, trying to be like a group with my little cousins, because I had some cousins and we used to all like stay in the house with my grandma and all that. But I used to try to like make a little band. Like I always I always knew I wanted to be something. Then I ain't actually take music serious until like maybe like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
that's great. Yeah, 2 years and you came up with those songs, bro. That's dope, man. For real, I'm about to bump it on my way to car home. I'm like, oh wow, because it really set the vibes at night and everything. I'm driving at night, like, wow, this is really, really, really dope and everything. Like, yeah, you shouldn't sleep on it, especially for 2 years into this stuff and everything. So it's like, but back to your story and everything. Like, so like that's what kind of, and like, what was that a bingo moment? It's like, okay, I need to start doing this and taking this like serious.
Bingo, I would say maybe my 10th grade year. I wrote a song. I was on a heartbreak. My little girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, my first love, she done broke up with me. So I decided to write a little song about her. It's called No Love. But I wrote that when I was like 16. And then I pushed it out. It went around my school. Everybody was liking it. And they was coming making jokes, but they was really messing with the song. So I was like, I might take it a little serious. Then I like kind of faded off of that and then got back really, really into it like 2 years ago. And then, yeah, took off from there.
Okay, cool. And, in regards to back to family and everything, I know recently you just had a child.
Yes, got a little girl.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And what's the experience with that? How's that been?
It's been very, very good. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a daughter. You having a daughter is just a different type of love. I don't know, because she gonna love you regardless. Yeah, it's just amazing just seeing her grow up every day. Trying to walk. She ain't walking yet. She be trying, but she be scared. But like just seeing her, like she my twin, so it just be like, oh, that's probably how I used to do stuff when I was younger. So it's very humbling.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. So, cause I have like some cousins who actually start having children and everything. Some of them are younger than me, some of them are older than me, and everything like that. But it's just like, you just started seeing like, your siblings and other people like having children and everything like that. And it's just like, it really just makes you wonder, like, wow, like we're all like getting old, because like now we're reaching this stage now, we're starting to look out for other people and everything, and it's just like, they'll freeze frame to like, look back at when they were younger and see you as like a younger parent and everything, trying to figure things out, and then like they're seeing you grow as well. Is what I'm saying. So it's just like I feel that's a pretty wonderful thing as well. But it's like going back to like your development. So it's like, are you straight out of Charlotte, or are you like from a Concord area?
Born and raised in Charlotte. Then I moved like maybe my 8th grade year. Mm-hmm. We moved up to Kannapolis, and then I spent my high school years in Kannapolis, and then from Kannapolis, I moved back to Charlotte, and then stayed here for probably like, it was like COVID. I graduated 2020, so COVID done happened, and I moved to Charlotte, and so from there, I moved back to Concord.
To Kannapolis and everything. And what do you say be like the differences between your experiences at Kannapolis and your experiences here in Charlotte?
I would say just an environment change. My mom really got me out of Charlotte because Charlotte is I wouldn't say it's like the worst city, like, but it be having its problems and stuff. And I feel like if I was in Charlotte and stayed, I would have probably been introduced to like hood life,
a bunch of negativity,
where however people want to say it, like I would have been in that life more. So I feel like Kannapolis gave me like it's nothing in Kannapolis. Well, it's stuff. It ain't really nothing in Kannapolis. Really,
it's easier to focus on you when you're in Kannapolis. I can understand.
No distractions.
Because like even from my experience, like I had to go to CPCC, like deep town in inner city Charlotte, and I'd be thinking like, okay, dope, I'm going to college. So what they were gonna be so dope, but it was just a whole lot of petty stuff that went in with that and everything. And I wasn't focusing on my grades and focus on my development, so I had to go to Rowan and Cabarrus. Rowan and Cabarrus, that's in Concord, that's in Concord. That's in Concord and everything. And it's just like I really didn't get my shit together, really started getting my shit until I like left to go to the Concord area and everything. So it's like, you know, like I feel that it's a very like well quiet area and everything. So it's like it's definitely good for like raising a family for sure and stuff like that. And you know they still got like Concord Mills too. Is it far? Concord Mills far for you in like Kannapolis?
Kannapolis is probably about like maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Okay, it's definitely not that far.
Yeah, from where I stayed though, it's probably like 10 minutes. It's like Concord and Kannapolis is like all one big circle. Like you can go through Concord and reach Kannapolis in like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah. And it's two different cities, but it's same. Yeah.
And it's so crazy how it's like it's all around like the Charlotte area and everything. Then you have Rock Hill that's like way a little bit further in the south and everything. But it's just weird how it's like, you know, in terms of Charlotte metropolitan, it kind of stretches pretty far and everything. And that kind of pours into Concord a little bit and stretches to like Kannapolis. And then like Rock Hill and Matthews and everything all around Mint Hill and everything. So it's just like, so it's just like seeing how big Charlotte is, like as a city, you know, like size wise and everything, and how many people are just kind of pouring in and stuff. It's like, I feel like it's such a dope thing that there are artists that are starting to like, you know, step out of their shell to really showcase their art and everything. And once as a city we start to kind of like pour back into our people, I feel like, you know, we could actually build a wave here in this city, especially like with a town like such as yourself. I remember when I first saw you like perform and everything, I could have sworn you've been doing it like for a decade or something like that. So it's like when you say 2 years, I'm like, what? You've been doing this for just 2 years?
Yeah, it's just in my blood, my soul. Okay. Yeah, I got it in me.
That's really, really dope. And it's just like, you know, what are some other hobbies that you have, like as an individual, like outside of music?
One of my hobbies, basketball for sure. Grew up playing basketball with my cousins, and I would say I do YouTube. I got a little YouTube group. We call it BCI 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we on some. You heard of AMP before?
AMP. What do you mean by AMP?
You heard Kai Snat?
Oh yeah, I heard Kai Snat. Yeah. The vlogger and the streamer that be streaming. What he be streaming on? He be streaming on
Twitch, I believe.
On Twitch, that's what it was. Twitch.
Yeah. He got a group called AMP, like where he got a couple of his friends, and then they came together and did like a group. So I basically did the same thing with a couple of my guys that I was close with, and we trying to do AMP Charlotte.
Okay, that's dope. AMP Charlotte. So it's like, AMP is just basically like just a general term for groups that just come together or whatever?
No, AMP is their group. But they based out in Atlanta, I believe so. But
so you're trying to make a Charlotte version of that,
Charlotte version of that.
And how many people are in this group? And what is the name of the group again?
It's called 7.
7.
Yeah.
Are there 7 people in the group?
Yeah. It's 7 people in the group.
I mean, that works. That works. And it's just like, is it like some people playing instruments, or is everybody like the singer?
No, this is just like strictly just like on some content. Like like I believe like 3-4 of my peoples they do rap as well like me. So
it's like Odd Future, just people just kind of coming together and just making stuff together,
making
basically.
content, basically trying to get our face out, because it's like we not doing nothing like content wise. So I was like, why won't we come together and do some content? That way we get face out. That way people can like see our face instead of being.
And when you mean by content, you mean just music or just stuff outside of music, making videos and stuff like that?
This is outside of music. This is like vlogs. We do vlogs. Like we might go out and do our in real life basketball. Go out, do paintball, and like just do stuff like that's fun, and like just want to get out, just go out and be a kid, basically.
Okay, so it's just vlogging day-to-day life amongst other things. So like a miscellaneous sense of things and everything. Have you got into like Tyler the Creator and Loiter Squad or Odd Future or anything?
Tyler the Creator.
Okay, just Tyler the Creator, but not the rest of the Odd Future collective.
I mean, I know a couple of them. I don't know. I didn't know when I look back at it, I didn't know some of them was part of Tyler the Creator's group, but I think one of them was Kid Cudi, maybe.
No, Kid Cudi wasn't in Odd Future.
That was on.
But Frank Ocean, I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean. It was Earl Sweatshirt. It was Haji Beats, and then it was just Domo Genesis. And who else? Sid. Yeah, it was like a lot of other people in that group. It was a huge collective. I think, what was another people? I think Pyramid Vitro was a part of it, but it was just, I don't know, they like really showcase or be able to shine a whole lot. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, I was really, because I grew up on stuff like that, so I'm thinking like maybe that's just something that you should probably check out as well, because, you know, they were doing a whole lot of content as well, like as a group and collective beyond like doing their own albums together, like the Odd Future tape and everything. But they even got a show on Adult Swim called Loiter Squad, which is basically just what you can see on HBO Max now. And it's basically just them just goofing around, just doing whatever type stuff, you know.
What's that? Jackass.
Yes.
Yeah, on some, yeah.
That's funny that you even brought it up because they're actually produced by the same producer called Dick House. Yeah, the same one.
That's dope.
Yeah, the same one. That's the one. And everything. So Loiter Squad and Jackass were produced by the same folks and everything. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, just something to look into. You ain't got to do the same Jackass type thing, but just maybe to gain inspiration on what ideas to take into accountability for like day to day and everything. So can you go into description about all the people that are in like your group 7? You know,
7. I got my boy Jack. That's my cousin. He rap as well. My boy Steph, we call him Ape. He's an artist as well. Then got my cousin, another cousin. His name Kaj. Call him Killer Kaj. He was an artist as well. That's 3. Got my boy Bryson. He just one of the guys, but I decided to bring him in as one of the groups. My boy Etho. His name Ethan. We call him Etho.
That's dope.
Yeah, he just in a group just because he a great vibe, got a great personality, so I decided to bring him into the group. Then we got my boy Marcus. Yep, and he got great personality as well. So I was like, great, got all these good people. They got good personalities, and I know that I rock with for sure. Like they solid. So I was like, let me put them in the group. I know they not gonna switch on me. So.
Yeah, and even beyond Switch, you know, it's just like a lot of, it all comes down to the foundation of whatever you're creating, you know. If you have all a sense of familiarity and amicability with each other, not saying it's impossible for anybody to switch or anything, but it's like, since it's built on a foundation of amicability and that everybody just wants to work with each other, partner with each other and everything, it will take you a lot farther than other groups. So it's like, okay, we have to work together so we can be able to get to this goal and everything. So it's just like, you know, so as long as you're having fun with them and everything, creating something like, you know, I won't say like, like original and your like, you know, sense of like selves and everything like that, that could definitely carry y'all farther and everything. So, but definitely check in with stuff like Loiter Squad and Odd Future, as well as, you know, like even with Kai Cenat and like other streamers, you know, because it's just like, it's best that, you know, the more that you introduce yourself or get familiar like with like the content platform situation and like get as like familiar with the whole process, you know, like watching how other people do it, it's gonna influence how you do it as well. You know, like I used to watch a whole lot of Joe Rogan and everything, and like other podcasts. Like now I got a table and now I got, you know, microphones and everything. Granted, it's out of someone else's studio, but at the same time, it's a step in the right direction. You know, as long as you know like how to pretty much like have a conversation and just talk back and forth as well and everything. Just want to be able to let you know we're gonna go through like a little bit of a 20-minute increment, so it's like, you know, like the video might just shut off for a little bit, just for a couple seconds, but the, you know, the record's still gonna keep going and everything. So I just want to let you know, so when you see your episode and everything, you just see a bunch of logo and everything, just to explain, you know, the process. And this happens every 20 minutes, so it's like it's easier to kind of split it up in 3 parts and everything in under an hour for certain and everything. So like in going back to like your process as an artist and everything, where does your mind go when you're like, you know, writing songs and everything?
My mind, I would say my mind go. I like to, you know, get into the mode. You know, I might roll me a little doobie, you know, support a little cannabis, but then smoke it, then get my little vibe, chill, and then I just channel whatever I'm going through at that moment. If I'm going through like pain, I'm gonna bring out all my pain in that song. If I feel like I'm in love at that moment, I want to talk about a little girl, little shawty, I'm talking about that little shawty. If I'm with the guys, me and BC, me and Seven, we just went out. Talk about, we just had a good time at the club. We turning up, all that. If I'm feeling like I'm pain, well, I said pain, but like loved one, I got some loved ones. Like talk about my loved ones, like.
So it just comes from a place of emotion, is what you're saying?
Yeah, emotion.
Okay. Yeah, so like and going to like the process of writing a song, so you feel the emotion and then like you listen to the beat and then you just kind of pour those emotions into a beat, or do you self-produce the beat and everything and it just kind of whatever flows through just flows through?
Yeah, I just whatever flows through. I like to just get a vibe. I might freestyle over it, like mumble little rap, and then come back and then either write or not freestyle. I punch in and then go off of it like that.
Okay, yeah, punching in. So it's like, do you like hear the beats first and everything, or do you produce your own beats?
My step pops, he produced my beats. We got a in-home studio over there.
That is so dope. So your stepfather is like working with your music as well?
Yeah, I got like my family tied in. My step pops, he's my producer. Then my mom, she's a manager. She's my manager. So.
That is amazing. That's cool that you have it like family based. Like I don't even like on some Jackson 5 type stuff, but it's just like, but you have it on set up where it's just like your family is like willing to back you up in regards to like your music career as a whole.
My family supports me. Everything I do, I love. Yeah.
That is really, really cool, and that's very, very fortunate. A lot of like, you know, parents would just kind of like second guess like their kid and everything, and just be like, "No, you can't be doing this. No, you got to go to school. You got to do this, or whatever." Which is like you understand, like generally, but it's just like to know that like your parents are still like all in terms of like wanting to like support you into the providing the instrumentals, and then like wanting to be your manager as a whole. I feel like that's really, really dope in itself. And it's like now it's like you only 2 years into this, and it's like you're already producing songs that just like should be on the radio. But gladly aren't, because like I feel like I won't even hear like the right, you know, ears and everything type stuff. But it's just like, you know, that's really, really dope. Now it's just like, you know, going into like your whole process and everything. So it's like, do you have like mixtapes or just singles? I want to listen to your songs on your website.
Yeah, I got couple of freestyle. I call them self styles. But I dropped them. Some of them is on YouTube. I got a couple that's on not Spotify, SoundCloud, and then Audio Mac. Those like stuff that I can't like. It's like freestyles. Like I got a song. I don't know if you know Megan Star song.
Megan Star. I don't think I've heard.
Honey, I'm a star. Yeah.
I've heard. Hold up, Megan, the Stallion.
Yeah, Megan Stallion.
Okay, that one. Yeah, Star. Yeah, they play that.
Song.
I work at a nightclub. They play that shit all the time.
Yeah.
It's just, they play the same shit all the time. But it's like, essentially like, would you say like you're getting a little bit of influence from Megan to an extent too?
Yeah. I like music. Like any type of music. I like country. If it got a bop to it, I'm a bop and I'm a like it. Yeah. So I take inspiration from anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really good to not be too conservative in terms of like where you're getting your inspiration, because like you could really create something new, and that new wave could really carry you further in your career because you don't sound like nobody else. Like, you know, like as much people like dreaded and everything, but Lil Nas X really came out like with a country song to the point where it was just like they couldn't deny him as a country artist, as on top of rap as well. And literally, he just started with just one beat, and that was it. And then it just became a meme, and then it went diamond. So it's just something like not everybody has like those situations where it's like they hit the lottery every time with the song, but like knowing that it's like you gain inspiration from like other than whether it be Megan Thee Stallion or country music, that could really like, you know, help your music evolve as well, and it wouldn't seem out of place. You know, some people try to change their style up when it's too late, and then it just feels like,
it'd be like, yeah, don't hit the
that's
same.
not what I'm looking for, man. It's just like you're only one set ways and everything. So it's just like in terms of country music and everything, are there any notable country music artists that you listen to currently?
Shabrizi for sure. He's a new country artist.
The one with the dreads?
Yeah, the one with the dreads. It was someone that I just listened to. Like he had like a Amazon Live show. Like I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was just listening to him. I was like, bro, really good. I think his name like it's something. I don't know. Oh,
yeah, I know. Getting your mom thinking about it. The only two notable ones, like the one you just mentioned, is Shabuzi, and also like Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, yes.
Is that the one you're talking about? Okay,
yeah, I love Jelly. I saw him perform one time. I was like, yeah. That's my new favorite.
Yeah, artist. He's really, really dope, actually. And even like as a personality too. Like I just listened to his episode on the Joe Rogan podcast a while ago, and he seemed like a really chill guy. And he actually has like, you know, connection with like 3 6 Mafia. I think I've heard before he actually got into country. So it was like he started in hip hop, I think, for a little bit. But I think like what's really cool about like, you know, like Jelly Roll is just like how vulnerable he is and everything as an artist. I feel like that's very important too. Even when he won that award at CMT, awards for new artists and everything, it's just like I love that speech because he just, even though he won new artists at 39, he just still preached to people that it's just like, you know, that regardless, you can still make it no matter what your age, and never give up. And for that, I'm already a fan, and I feel like, you know, personality can really sell you, even sometimes even more than your music, to be honest, because it's just like if people don't identify with you or whoever you are, you don't identify with yourself. You know, it's going to be hard to get other people to even build that connection, especially with your fan base as well. You know, just trying to put that out there. And even with Megan Thee Stallion, I feel like, you know, I'll tell you like straight up, because it's just like, you know, as an artist, I feel like she has very great like breathing control. That's one thing I really like about, and like she's very good at projecting her voice and still being like concrete with how she says things. You know? Like sometimes when I'll be trying to be focused on not to sound like I'm mumbling and everything, because it's like you're trying to catch your breath on top of the beat as well. But I feel like she can be able to just catch her breath and carry on with the beat as like she's performing. So that's something also to keep in mind. You know, like, you know, when you're looking into an artist, you're trying to properly assess an artist and bouncing off your style, a word to reflect this you as an artist, because you're going to get criticism, some constructive, some that are just bogus as hell. But it's just learning the difference between both. It's just like when it's constructive, they actually break it down to a science. One, it's like bogus. It's like it's just emotions. Like they're trying to play with how your emotions, how you feel with yourself, because they don't fuck with themselves. You know, so they're being dishonest with themselves. So just trying to keep that in mind as well. So it's just like, you know, and influences from Megan Thee Stallion star. You're saying like, you know, that's what was your influences on the song that you made? Yeah,
I did a freestyle today, or a remix, self mix, I call it. Did little remix to that. I did a song. Just any song. Like I did "Break You Off" by Master P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did a remix to that. Yeah, I just take the industry, whatever industry beat that I feel like I can get on. I try to get on, kill that. Yeah.
That's really, really dope. No, for real. And it's like the coolest thing about it is just like, it's just like, you know, doing remixes, it really kind of helps you kind of like step into let me just say damp your feet before you kind of step in for it. You know what I mean? Because it's just like once you start off a remix, a lot of people start off from remixes first before they start doing like original beats and everything to start flowing on as well. So it's like you Stay Low, Megan Thee Stallion, and Master P. Was there any other artists that you were doing remix songs for?
No cap. I did, I think it's called Vaccine. I did a Vaccine cover. I want to say, I did Rollo Rodriguez. Rollo Rodriguez.
I've heard that name. I haven't really listened to his songs and everything. What's it sound like?
He sound. You heard No Cat?
No Cap.
No Cat the rapper.
I won't say all these names sound familiar. I'm kind of old. I'm my apologies, but it's just like. But how would you describe like their sound and everything?
Like pain, like hood melodic music.
Hood melodic.
Yeah, they talked about their struggle about growing up in the hood, and then day-to-day life. Yeah, they got like pain. It's like pain music with
like venting.
Yeah, venting. But they got like a lot of punchlines.
Oh, okay. So kind of like how Lil Baby is, but a little darker and stuff.
Yeah, like exactly kind of like Lil Baby. Because I think Rollo Rodriguez is signed to Lil Baby.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. So like, since maybe he was influenced by Lil Baby. So I know Lil Baby goes crazy when it comes to punchlines.
Yeah,
and also just like stuff like like they. People would put like as an Instagram post caption. I feel caption, that's how he has like caption rap.
Yeah,
so
that's how I put it. They would be caption rappers.
But it's still pretty dope because it's like, the way it means like the weight of their words are so deep you can quote every single word. And it's just like, that's how I realized with Lil Baby. See, the Lil Baby's kind of cooling down a little bit, ain't he?
Yeah, I think so too. I ain't really hear too much about. I don't know. I just feel like right now the industry is gonna come to like a very abrupt something because
transition.
Yeah, transition because with the Diddy situation, it's just a lot of situations. The YSL with a Young Thug.
Yeah, Young Thug is, but he came home.
Yeah, he came home,
so that's good. But he's gonna be on probation. I don't know if he's gonna stay in Atlanta though. I don't think he should.
Yeah, he probably. He good in Atlanta. I don't know.
It's not about him being good. I think like that's what probation is like. If you want to avoid like getting anything going on, it's just like I don't know. Have you seen the movie Carlito's Way?
Carlito's. I don't think.
With Al Pacino.
I don't think I have.
Okay, well, definitely. See, it was in that story. See, the main character, Al Pacino's character, Carlito, like he was just leaving prison and everything, and so he was basically on probation in a sense. Yeah. So it's just like, but he kept getting caught up in these very illegal situations because, like, those are all the people that he knew. Yeah. So it's just like, in a sense, he was just trying to do his best way to just kind of get away from all that. In a sense, so it's just like the whole movie is just focused on him trying to get away from that life. And just trying to, and then it's just like the difficulties that come with it. So it's like, and how it bounced off to Young Thug's situation. Not saying that he was like a bad person because he hired a whole lot of people. He elevated a whole lot of people in that sense. That's just the American way. Like so many people did illegal things to get what they're at. Yeah. That's what it built a lot of corporations to this day and funded a lot of corporations that you see in this day. It's just like, just food for thought to think about. But it's just like in Young Thug's case, considering like, we are the marginalized people. So it's like, different rules. It's just like he might do better just stepping out of town just for a little bit. He doesn't have to step out of like Georgia, but it's like maybe out of Atlanta specifically.
He'll probably go to Miami somewhere.
Miami would be all right.
Yeah, Miami
or LA.
Yeah.
LA wouldn't be bad. Or New Orleans would be cool.
New Orleans, yeah.
It's like it's still like the South. So it's just like, and it was like a lit part of the South. So it's
come down to Charlotte.
You know what?
He gonna come down to Charlotte.
That would be cool if he did go up to Charlotte, in a sense. Yeah. But it's just like, what would he do here? He has no connection.
I mean, it's 4 hours away from Atlanta, so.
Yeah, it is 4 hour drive. And like he could actually work with a lot of artists here in Charlotte. That could be like a community service in a sense. I don't want to say we're lenient because like Charlotte does be on some stuff, but I feel like at the same token it just feels like when it comes to like negativity, like him actually just leaving prison and everything. The only thing on the other side is nothing but abundance. So it's like that's something to always keep in mind with Thugger's case and everything. So he could pretty much go wherever and make something. So although I do hope he comes to Charlotte, that'd be dope. That'd be a dope investment. But it's like dang, what the hell are we talking about? We're talking about a whole wheel. Yeah. It just swings to like present events, which I could totally understand. But it's like I know we spoke about even Young Thug. Would you say that Young Thug was like a little bit of influence on you to a certain degree?
Influence on me?
Yeah, like instead of like you listen to his music a whole lot.
Oh, not really. I like growing up. I didn't really listen to Young Thug like that. I just started like maybe listening to like a couple of the songs, but I would say I'm more so like a Gunna. Gunna got more. I got
You're a Gunna guy.
Yeah, Gunna guy.
Yeah, Gunna guy is Gunna guy. Gunna is a really dope artist too. Even though the controversy of whether if he snitched or not. Like I'm not really getting into that because bro, I don't know. I'll admit it to myself. All this court stuff, it's too complicated for me. I don't know. Like you say he says this, he says this, but we don't know. We're just assuming. I'm not the type of person who likes to assume things. If I don't know, why would I talk about it? And then it's just like even coming back or even dropping like a project and it's still making a whole lot of numbers as well, which is really dope in this case and everything. I like the melodic sounds like under Gunna's beats and everything. I feel like how he flows over the beats as well is pretty dope. Even though it does sound like a lot of stuff out today, but somehow the way how he he
put his words together.
Yeah, it just works. Like it feels like peanut butter and jelly type stuff. It just works. It all just goes together pretty well and everything. So in terms of Gunna and everything, it's just in his artistry. What was your experience out? What are some things that you like about Gunna's creative output?
It just sounds like it's just a vibe. Every time he get it, just feel like a vibe. Like he just bopping. Yeah, I would say he's very, very talented, versatile when it comes to his music.
Oh yes, most definitely. But if we had to go back onto your music and everything, because it's I know we spoke about other people's music, but it's let's talk about songs like "Loved Ones" and everything. So it's what was going through your mind, or what was your process when you were listening to this song or creating the song "Loved Ones"?
So "Loved Ones," it was a time, or not a time, but it was a time where I had just lost my grandma.
Oh dang!
Yeah, I lost my grandma.
Rest in peace, sir.
Appreciate that.
How long ago was this?
2021, I believe.
Oh, 2021.
Yeah,
okay.
But I done had a lot of deaths within the past 4 years, 3 years. I done had deaths piling. I lost my grandma, and then maybe not even a year, I lost my other grandma. I lost my mom's mom. I lost my dad's mom, and then in between losing my grandma, both my grandmas, I lost my aunt. Between that, I just lost a lot of people. And so one day my grandmother died. I just went in the studio one day. I already had wrote the song with my first grandmother had passed, my mom's mom, but I ain't really finish it because it was kind of hard for me to finish it because it was still kind of tough for me to talk about. Okay, then so when my dad's mom passed away, I decided I just need to get this out for them because I love them. I was a grandma's baby. I was always with them. They're my dogs. But I went in the studio one day, wrote the song, and then got in the studio. I just left from seeing my grandma, cause seeing her off until they had to come pick her up and stuff. Just went to go see her, then went to the studio the same day, same night. I was I gotta get this off my chest. So I did the song. I was in there cool at first, in there rapping, but you can as I'm rapping, you can hear in the song, you can hear me crying in the song. I was in. You can hear as I'm rapping, I'm
this emotion.
Yeah, emotion. You can hear me cracking up about to cry, and then at the end of the song, I was just it was just so much going on. Them passing away, a lot just going on, and then just bust out crying. So at the end of the song, you'll hear me crying. And then,
I have to listen to it again because I was just mesmerized how good it was. That was the first song I listened to on the way here and everything, and I'm like, dang, I remember this song. This is such a dope song and everything. I remember you performed at UptownINDE and everything for an event. I recall because I think that was the first time I saw you. That's when you exchanged numbers, but I didn't save your number. That's why I got the text oh okay, I got you texted me before type stuff and everything. So it's just that is just so crazy, and I can understand that for sure and everything. Because even with deaths, it feels like they kind of pile up all together in one. Just be years nobody passed in your family, unless it's somebody really, really distant. And then next thing you know, for my case, I know my grandfather. Actually, no, it was my grandmother from one of my uncle's mothers passed away. I was really close to her, and she passed away in 2015, I think. Yeah, 2014, 2015. Yeah, 2015 was when she passed. Was it November 2015? Yeah, November 2015. December 2015 she passed away. Sorry, there's just so many things going on because I'm thinking about when she got sick and everything, and then like it was lung cancer and everything like that, and then it's just like that was the first like funeral I ever like been through and everything, and then next thing you know, it's just like it was just a couple years later, my grandfather passed in 2022. So like 7 years later, my grandfather passed, and then just this year alone, one of my other grandmothers passed away, along the month after like my grandfather's brother passed away, like just this year alone. So just two funerals I had to be through just this year alone. So like knowing that you use grief as a means to just kind of produce a positive in this song and everything to help kind of carry on their memory, I feel like in a sense that's a very noble and wonderful thing to do. And the great thing about art as well is just like, the things that we create, it kind of just, it gives us a place to vent, but it kind of helps us process certain things, like whether if it be like loss or heartbreak or whatever. And like from what I'm hearing from like even just from like from your past experiences, would you say that when it comes to like difficult times, you just go straight to just making songs about it?
I would say that's a fact. Anytime that I feel like I'm going through something, I'm going to hit the studio, and then I got it in my house, so there's no point in me waking up, jumping out, go to the studio. That's exactly what I do. I probably sleep in the studio, then wake up, and then get into it.
That's really, really great. That's a really good work ethic, because it's like, some people it's very hard for them to like process certain things that go on in their life, and they'll use it as an excuse to hinder them from actually creating or doing what they have to do and stuff like that. We're going into a like 20-minute increment, just like yeah, but it's just like, even with this podcast situation, I interviewed my grandfather in, it was April of 2022, the same year he passed. And like he passed away the month after that and everything. And it's like, we had an hour-long conversation on that podcast episode. And literally it was because of that episode, because he said he wanted to be buried in the States, because I'm African, I'm Liberian. So it's like people wonder if he wanted to be able to send him back home or not. But instead, it was just like, just because he said that on recording, we're able to keep him here in the States. So every time I get like money, I go grab some flowers and everything. I'll just leave it at his gravesite and things like that, and then I'll speak to him a little bit, So it's just like I can relate to it when it comes to like passing and everything, and how your art just kind of intertwines with your family life as well. So it's like, that's really good that you actually found some peace and actually creating something wonderful. Right. So, and like the song Southside and everything, like all these are dope songs. All 5 of your songs are dope. Listen, and it's just like, where was your mind at when you were creating Southside?
Southside, Ballad Girl. But it was originally because I'm from Charlotte. I was born on the South Side, pretty much.
Steel Creek area?
Really, my stepfather said this is not the way. Cause I grew up on, I would say, Valentine
area. Okay,
I'm a bougie Southsider.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no problem. I went to middle school in Valentine area. I went to J.M. Robinson.
I went to, I didn't go to middle school. I went to South Charlotte or South
Charlotte Middle School.
Yeah, South Charlotte Middle School, I believe. So
okay.
Yeah, I think I went down there. But yep, I was on Nations Forward though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of South Side. But grew up there. I went to middle school at Sedgefield though. I finished out my middle school in Sedgefield. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but South Side. Yeah, born and raised.
And like when it comes to the song of Southside, would you say that the song Southside kind of like reflects like, you trying to personalize or maybe personify what Southside is as like a side, or you just like repping that side basically?
Just repping the side, telling like I'm from the South Side, so I always throw foes. And everywhere I go, she always by my side. So okay, yeah.
That's dope.
Just telling her where I'm from. And she always by my side.
Oh, so it's just an anthem, just reflecting just where you're coming from,
yeah,
basically.
Where I come from.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's dope. It's dope making songs like that. Now, and when it comes to like the other songs, CFN, like where was your process and where were your mind at when you were creating the song CFN?
CFN, it's actually called Came From Nothing. It's abbreviated from Came From Nothing.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's a song that I actually was in a group, like a rap group when I was this probably like a year into I got into music, but it was like we was trying to be on some Migos, but my boy, I'm giving him some credit. My boy, he done wrote me a hook wrote me a hook, and I then orchestrated because he didn't know how he was gonna come on, and he needed a little bit of help on how to format the song. So I was like, I got you, gang. Put the song in. And it was like came from nothing. Then basically just a story on like how I feel, put myself how I feel when I do make it, because I came from nothing.
Oh, okay, so this is like a song that's like kind of like motivation for you, like a reminder. It's like, coming from nothing and everything, and like one day I'm gonna make it into something type stuff and everything. So that's where your mindset was, that you kind of like draw it from a sense of ambition. Like it's just like I'm really drawing this like from like a place of manifestation.
Yeah.
You're pouring this into a sense of manifestation. Okay, so we got manifestation songs. All right, we got a grief song with loved ones. We got a representative song with Southside, and then we have like a motivation song with CFN. Okay, so now for the song "Crashing Out," like where was your inspiration when it came to crashing out? What was your process?
Crashing out. We had this name where we say like not saying crash out. When people say crash out, it's like either crashing out by a girl or crash. People got their own definition of crash out, but
it's very like a amorphous sense, but it usually contains something negative in a sense.
Some negative and some, I wouldn't say too much negative. How I was putting it, I was basically saying I was crashing out over a little shorty, like how I feel, how my feelings is. Like I crash out.
Is this somebody that you're currently with right now?
No.
Are you currently with someone right now?
No, single.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just like to just talk about, like, I like to talk for the people.
For crashing out and everything. Yeah, that's good though. You're just pretty much trying to redesign the term of crashing out in terms of you're just crashing out over a female. Now, in regards to this woman that you're crashing out over, what was the situation? Was it just like, like you just couldn't get with her or something like that? You're just sorry, it was hard to keep consistent with her? Like, what was the deal? Or was it just like...
No, just a little it wasn't really specifically about someone.
Okay.
It was just
in general.
Just in general, love song.
Just something that everybody else can kind of relate to.
Yeah, some people can relate to.
That's real cool. That's real cool. Cool. So, like, for this song, Not This Time, like, what was your mind now? What was your inspiration for this song, Not This Time?
Not This Time, my inspiration was basically I was going through all the deaths with my grandmothers, and then I told you I was in a group, and that broke up. It was just a lot of stuff piling on, a lot of stuff that was like mentally straining for me, and this was like another release song, like basically saying like not this time, like y'all not gonna hold me back, like nothing's gonna hold me back, nothing's gonna bring me down no more, like not this time. It's time to like step up.
Elevate, just leave it all behind.
Leave it on.
Now, I know you mentioned like that you were in this group like several times, and like, would you feel like comfortable to speak about like what happened in regards to the dissolving of this group?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Basically, it was just how can I put it? We was just like on some Migos, trying to be Migos, not Migos. We was just trying to do something different, because it was like a whole bunch of artists doing it like just by themselves. So I was like, why won't we just like come all together? We all dope artists individually. Why won't we come together and do something different? So we tried to do that. It was successful. I believe it would have been successful if we would have kept on going, because we was actually like talented. Like our music was hard. Like we did like 30 songs within like 2 months.
That's crazy.
Yes, we did like not even probably like 30 songs in probably like a month. Yeah, we was just pushing out probably even more. It was probably like 35, 40, but we was just pushing out songs, and we only had been a group for like 2 months.
That's crazy. And then it just all dissolved after that? It's just creative indifferences type stuff? Like,
creative differences, creative differences. I would say everybody wasn't on the same page at the time.
But then to create like 30 songs, that's crazy though. Like
we was pushing, like we was very talented. Like I said, my boy that wrote the hook for Came From Nothing, or helped write the hook for Came From Nothing. He would write all the hooks for the songs, and then I'll come in with the verse, and then my cousin, he'll come in with his verse, and then we was just kicking them out.
And where can I listen to this group song? What's the name of the group? Because like, dang, now I want to listen. I'm like, dang, what happened to these people?
We took all the stuff off.
Dang.
Like, yes, yeah. It was on. We had a couple songs on YouTube, but we took that down once the group decided not to.
You could have just put it like on a flash drive or
something. It's on, I got some of the songs,
or just keep it on SoundCloud, just in case somebody else want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, you must have fell out hard. You're like, no one's gonna listen to this.
Yeah, it was a lot going on through that time. It was just a lot.
And what was the name of this group?
It was called Ballistic.
Yeah. Ballistically pushing out 30 songs is crazy.
And we was only in the group for like 2 months. 2 months. And then like we was like pushing. We went to Atlanta, almost signed the deal over there.
Shit. Yeah. Damn, now I'm low-key a fan, and I don't even listen to nothing, because it's like, brother, that's how, just for the work ethic alone. Because, like, you know, creating a song is really, really hard. Like, I'm in the process of trying to drop another EP and well, not an EP, because if it's 8 tracks, it's not an EP no more. But it's just like, dang, like, it's just like, I'll be having writer's block up and down, and then on top of just trying to balance life with work and everything and all types of responsibilities, you just never have the window to just, like, do what you got to do, and, like, so you tell yourself. And then it's just like, man, it's just like, wow, I need to get back on my grind, and people can just make 30 songs in, like, a month or 2 months. It's just like, man, that's really, really dope that y'all was able to get to that point. It's really, really sad. Would you think about maybe getting back together with Ballistic again? Like, or maybe it's just like, no, it's a dead deal.
It was just
rest in peace, cemetery.
Rest in peace. Too much boundaries crossed. It's still on love, but stuff happens,
No, trust me, I understand, man. Like, bro,
we was very talented. I feel like if we would have kept on going, we would have been out of here.
But at least y'all actually had the drive and actually took it serious. Like, I remember the people be claiming they want to be a part of a rap group, bro. Like, I remember that in high school, bro, and they didn't do nothing, bro. Like, I even created their logo and everything. It was just too much like, oh, you're not a part of this, or you're this, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, nigga, I made the logo, and then you reused it and then added a filter over it. And it's like, I knew that wasn't going to take off anywhere and everything. But I felt like that really would have taken off somewhere, especially y'all had the work up to create something in, like, 2 months. And like, imagine if like it was like 30 songs, 30, 60 songs, and like 2 songs. Imagine it was like a year and everything. And then 2 years, 3 years, like we
would have had at least over 500 songs. Probably not 500. I'm dragging it. Probably about like we would have definitely hit like 200.
Now I want to bring y'all together, take out a group there, work through y'all issues, man. I'm like, damn, I need to get that tape, man, or something.
I could send you a couple of the stuff we did, but I don't think it's gonna. We tried like because we broke up, and then after we broke up, we didn't talk for like maybe like a month, 2, 3, 4, and then at the one my cousin was in the group. I ain't talked to my cousin and everything. Like it was like bad for a minute.
That sucks, man. Because I'm just like, if y'all don't become a group, y'all can at least be like create a label together, and then y'all can just independently still drop your own type of song, then like feature on each other whenever y'all feel like type stuff.
That was gonna be the plan, but creative differences.
Damn.
I would say eagerness or like eagerness,
ego,
not ego and. It was just, ego. Probably. I don't really know the real reason why we actually broke up. I really wanted it to work, but
Yeah, and I'm listening to your song. Like, if this is that good just by yourself, could I imagine just you in a group and everything? And I'm just like, wow, if you so there's like other people that are like close to you and everything, and then just creating all together, and y'all create like 30 songs. I'm never gonna hear this.
Yeah, it's we got 30 hits and nobody ever gonna hear them.
Damn, man.
I'm mad about it to this day.
Wow, man, that sucks, man. Oh my god. At least you had something to show for it. Now you can't show it.
It's in the archives, in the studio. Got a label called Flay, but that's the in-home studio. But it's in the Flay studio. It's in the archives.
I'm gonna start praying y'all get back together. I'm gonna just add that to my list of prayers.
I don't think we're gonna get back. We tried. We tried to actually be cool, but more bitches was burned.
More bridges was burned. Oh man, that sucks. So I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. But that's just about it with life, you know. One thing that even with this music thing is whatever isn't meant for you just isn't meant for you, and then you just have to move accordingly. You know that you don't want something that isn't meant for you. And I feel like that's just my faith in God when it comes to like this music thing and just in general. Like if you have true passion, like something's bound to turn, something's bound to happen eventually. Whether you just got to be patient with yourself and be patient with the process. And what I've seen from like your work, you seem to be putting like you have a lot of talent on top of like actually taking the initiative to actually get it set up and then actually performing as well and everything. But it's like in terms of just like where you're at in your career right now, where would you say you're at in your career currently?
Currently, as far as like,
Yeah, in terms of like your development, like it's just like where do you feel like you're at, like where you feel like you're headed, and where you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I see myself performing on show, sold out arenas. Yeah,
I can see that for you
on
too.
tour.
Most definitely. And it's like, what do you use to distribute your music currently?
I think I do Sound Exchange.
Sound Exchange.
Sound Exchange.
Okay. Like usually when people hop on this podcast, I already tell them about like a different way that you can also do because it's just like there's all types of distribution services. But there's this thing in Detroit called Crowd Freak. Yeah, and it's just like they got like 100,000 followers right now, but they have plenty of festivals. They'll fly you out, get your hotel set up, and all you got to do is show up and like perform. And they'll add your songs on their playlist through their distribution service called Distro Freak, but now they just call it Crowd Freak Distribution. I don't know why they changed it up. I thought it was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, Crowd Freak. They're based in Detroit, and they have all types of festivals called Backwoods and Bonfires Fest. That's one. Scary Hours Fest. That's the Halloween one. There's one called 420 Fest. I know these. Yeah, it's really dope. And it's just like they got other types of festivals too, and like the crowds be really live. And I'm gonna show you some videos about it too. Let me just show you like one picture while we're on. But I don't actually. I'm gonna just wait till after because I don't want to waste that airtime. But it's like in terms of just like so like, do you see yourself just kind of staying independent, or do you want to just be signed under somebody, or do you want to just have a situation you can just sign and you can just distribute your music and then just leave it at that?
I feel like independent right now for sure, but I feel like at a certain point, if you want to like be bigger than what you is, you're gonna have to look up with a label or get like some type of like push because it's only so much. Well, nowadays, there's a lot that you can do nowadays. You don't really need the labels, but it's a lot that you can do. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just build a fan base, create a leverage like how Russ did and everything. You definitely check in Russ's interviews, how he did it and so on, because he was dropping hella projects before he actually moved somewhere. So it's like that guy definitely has dedication and like you definitely got the talent for sure. And it's just like really, I feel you can really build a strong fan base just off your talent alone. And everything, and just from hearing like you perform as well, like it's undeniable. It's just really just a matter of time at this point. But like definitely consider distributing your music and just getting it out there, and then trying to find a way to just kind of book gigs, outside, and just kind of you're already comfortable performing, but it's just trying to just kind of get the right gigs essentially at this point. So it's just like to that degree. So it's just like at this point, like, are you still like booking gigs by any chance?
Yes. I have a couple shows lined up.
Okay.
I think the next show I have is coming up November 15th.
Okay.
In Columbia.
In Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, Columbia, South Carolina.
And how did you arrange that? Did you just like reach out to somebody, or like was it like something that you heard through the grapevine that then maybe there was like a performance for artists and you just decided to book yourself type stuff, or you like reach out?
Usually, my manager picks out the shows, or like my manager, she be my mama, mama manager, she be on it. Momager, yeah. But we usually tag team together. I find some shows. I be like, Mama, I want to do a show. Or she be like, okay, son, you got this show coming up. You got a couple shows coming up. And I be like, okay. Or people hit me up and be like, oh, I like the Spark Fest. Jump to the Spark Fest. They hit me up. And I perform.
Yeah, dang. And like, what was your like? Because I know this ain't the first Spark Fest that you performed at, right?
Nah, this was my second.
Your second. I know you. I saw you at the last one too, for sure. One. And that was the one at Starlight and Starlight and everything. So like, how'd you get in contact with Trey Rhodes and like set that thing up? Keep in mind we got like 3 minutes. Don't let you know. Gotcha. My apologies for that. I should have asked this earlier.
But me and Trey got locked in from one civilian. She's a manager too. She's a business partner with my mom and the label I got. But we kind of locked in with him from doing shows with him, and then from there we just been locked in. And every time he got a show, he hit me up, and I'm there.
And would you say that Trey is like a pretty dope person in terms of like working with and like creating these moments with and everything?
Yeah, most definitely. That's my dog.
Yeah, no, Trey is dope. I had him on the podcast too and everything. I like his work ethic because he was willing to actually because he knew a lot of artists from like being like a socialite and everything, that he gave like places for us to like, perform and like, network as well. So it's like, it feels like an extended universe that I constantly get them on my podcast as well. And now I'm close with them as well. And then like, we're kind of building this community. So I think that's a pretty dope thing considering. So like, in terms of like, where the Charlotte community is, like in your own words, where do you think Charlotte as a whole, as an artist community, where do you feel like this decade we could definitely like make a shake, like make some serious motion this decade?
Honestly, feel like we can. I feel like it's gonna take a couple things for Charlotte to blow up. Me and my step pops talk about it a lot. We gotta have a sports team. I feel like
we got to.
Yeah,
we gotta get a championship.
Yeah, we gotta get a championship or do good or something. Like I feel like if we make a good run in the playoffs, any basketball, football, I feel like the music will take off with that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I truly agree. I bring that up too, and everything. So it's like, it seems like we're about to close in and everything. The hour. Do you have any final words to go out before we go off?
No, appreciate you for having me. Once again, I'm himself. Yeah. HmS3f.
Yes, himself. You heard it first. First podcast.
Yes,
and everything. Definitely something for the books. Definitely something to look into. I just want to say, like, I really love your music and I love where you're headed in terms of your artistry. And I have full faith that you're gonna make like a huge impact in the music industry. Even though like Charlotte is have yet to catch on, it's better to be like the pioneers and everything, on top of just people that just ride the wave type stuff. And I feel like you can create a whole lot of waves for what you're doing music wise and everything. And for that case, I want to say we are sewing in and that we're sewing out for the Mental Stats podcast. Thank you very much, Robert.
Appreciate that. Yep.
Thank you very much. So you're messing with the interview and everything, the process?
It's so, glad that would you ride for me? I ain't want you to ride for me. Bonnie and Clyde, it's just you and me. Glad that would you ride for me? I want you to ride for me. Yeah. Let's ride. Baby, let's ride. I want you to marry me. I want you to know that you're my favorite one. Time is ticking, so I gotta tell you something. You've been on my mind, you're the only one. Driving through the lane just to get some. I'm known with the game, but I'ma show you some. Girl, wake up, let's have some fun, yeah. Smoking on the exotic, that's that Zaza. Let's drive the whip so I can roll up and we get high. Do this every day, it's like a good vibe. Got all of my intentions just to be with you. I know your signs on yellow, but I'ma peek at you. I know your vibes like Cupid, girl, I'ma shoot at you. Girl, I'ma shoot at you. Would you ride